you want? Give me everything you got, bandito, eh. Fucked you up inside the trunk, take your bitch in front of you. Run up in your mama house, bandito, eh. Run up on me, no, I ain't afraid to shoot. Play with me, won't play with you. Extend those, I got semis too. Lose your life, you lose your cool. Run his pockets, bandito, bandito. Pussy nigga, stop it. All that talking make a bitch just wanna run your pockets dry. Put up with a rocket, no you cannot stop it. Put your hands up to the sky. I'm a rose bitter, shoot your main hitter. Won't fuck around with ya. Take you at the picture, crapping niggas like a.
Alright, we back. And we have our special guest for y'all. Shout out to Griffy, Jay Griffy in the building.
We in here like swimwear, you know, it's a pleasure to be able to tap in with y'all lovely ladies and, you know, talk about some culture talk, you know what I mean, and, you know, we vibing, you know what I mean, so, you know, we here rocking out, and when they gave me the call, I popped out ASAP. Ha!
Appreciate
that. The pleasure is all ours. Why don't you give the people a little bit about yourself?
You know, originally, I'm from Philly area.
Oh, shout out to Philly.
Yeah, Philly showed me a lot of love starting out in the music industry. Got a bunch of songwriting, you know what I mean, work with, you know, some cats like Ace Hood, Young Jeezy, Gilly the Kid, bunch of folks, you know what I mean, and from there expanded, built my brand out, and, you know, moved out here to Atlanta and, you know, worked with a bunch of reputable brands like Reebok and Sprite and all these different companies, you know what I mean, and I'm always expanding, and I'm just happy to do what I love and keep the creativity going.
How long you been in Atlanta?
Probably about 3 years now.
And before that, you was in Philly the whole time?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I was born in New York, lived in Connecticut, lived in Mississippi, lived in Philly, Jersey, you know what I mean, Vegas area, a lot of places, you know what I mean. So, you know, throughout all those moves and travels, I was able to connect with a lot of different people, and you know what I mean, they embraced me, you know what I mean, and I'm happy to have all walks of life through my life.
Facts. So what would you say is the biggest thing you learned about the industry since being here in Atlanta?
You know, always when everybody go right, go left. You feel me? And you know, invest in your quality and your brand. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's more than just having dope music. You know what I mean? It's about having great relationships and making sure that, you know, you bring value to the table. You know, it's more than just being an artist nowadays. You know, you got to be a brand. And you got to represent yourself in a way where you can influence other people to, you know, be motivated into either purchasing something or rocking out with you, or, you know what I mean, being a part of something, you know. So I'm happy I embody those different things within my brand and always trying to excel.
Yeah, that's our tip of the day today, is branding. So could you give the people some advice? I know one thing that we that we touched on, we were talking about your event, and I was saying that how you did the interactive thing, and that's one big thing of branding, is doing things differently.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, you know, we wanted to do something special for, you know, my core supporters, you know what I mean, something different, and, you know, we brought a whole environment and turned it into like a pound town environment where it had all those different type of cities and states that I lived in part of my life, and put them all together, you know what I mean. So we had like a Philly area, we had Philly cheesesteaks and stuff like that. We had the Cali, where we had like the guacamole and all that stuff, and the taco stuff. We had the Atlanta with the wings and stuff like that.
Rotel.
Yeah, the Rotel, you know what I mean. We got the New York joint with the flatbread pizza. We try to do it different, you know what I mean.
Y'all really did your thing. Whoever was back there cooking that food was busting.
Yeah, it was lit. You know what I mean. Shout out to, you know, my team that, you know, helped power everything DT. You know what I mean. We doing a lot of big expansions, and, you know what I mean, I'm happy to be a part of that as well, and you know, show the world something different than just a regular hip hop type thing. You know,
and
not get people involved. You know what I mean. So, you know, I'm happy to be able to put those things together and show people my sense of creativity on the vision that I see how things should go in the industry than just people just rapping on the mic. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How were you able to build a team that was able to carry out your vision the way it is? Because you are, I don't know, it seems like you must be like very anal on things, because the way that your things come out is like so
it's either that or somebody else is putting your at least
the vision.
interactive part together.
Yeah, well, I'm happy to have. It's not just only my vision too. You feel me? Like, you know what I mean. I might have the blueprint and the structure. You know what I mean. And then we expand it from different type of ways. You know what I mean. So, I'm always trying to be, and I continue to do it, is be a resourceful person. So, when you're resourceful, it makes it a lot easier for people to help you out. You know what I mean? Instead of you say, hey, you just do this and that's it. You know what I mean? Or, hey, I'll help you with this, or we could do this way, or I'll get someone to assist you on this, or, you know what I mean? It's all about, calling the play and coaching it the right way. Just like when someone play basketball, you got a point guard, you know what I mean? Just because he holds the ball doesn't mean he's a person that's always going to score the shot, you know what I mean? But if you passing it to the right person at the right time and they help you execute, then that's how you get the job done.
Right. One of the things we talked about was some of the struggles that artists come into when they're trying to keep their team together, especially if there's not like instant gratification, like if everybody's not being paid right up front and people are just being brought in because they're good at something. What's been the glue holding your team together and keeping people engaged in your vision and helping you on your journey?
Well, like I was saying before, you know what I mean, I'm going to reiterate again with the, being resourceful and carrying value, you know what I mean? Because if you positioning people in the right way, you know what I mean, you're going to leverage them to get financial gain or get relationships that could put them in that position, you know what I mean, or pay them up front, you know what I mean? Everybody has different levels in life, you know what I mean, and different paths that they go through in life. And some people might not need the money. They be like, yo, I just want the connection. I'm just doing whatever I need to do to get connection. Some people like, yo, I need the bread because I need to help pay my rent next month, but I'm willing to rock whatever I need to do. So you got to understand the value of what people needs are in knowing your clientele. And when you know your clientele, then you know how to bring value to them as well, and they'll be able to do things for you.
Yeah, because connections are like valuable, just as valuable, if not more valuable than money a lot of times.
Most definitely. You know what I mean? Like, you can have all the money in the world and spend everything on trying to get something done, but if you don't got the right relationships, man, you doing water in the well.
You're kind of spinning your wheels and probably not making that much progress. But for you, it seems like you've been progressing at like light speed. You've been very consistent, which is extremely, extremely dope. You're an independent artist, correct?
Yeah, well, you know what I mean, I'm independent, but we work, I recently secured a situation with major distribution from Warner, you feel me? So, I control the shots though, you feel me? I do things how I wanted to do, you know what I mean? And it gives me the leverage to have, the major label resources, but at the same time, do whatever I want to do. But in order for me to create that, I had to build leverage, you know what I mean? I had to do everything independently. I had to invest in myself, put money out there, and do all these different type of things, and take those risks. You know what I mean? And from me taking those risks, I was able to secure dope partnerships where I could kind of control everything I want to do. If I want to drop tomorrow, I could drop tomorrow. If I want to do this, I could do this. And they leave me with the power to be able to complete things on a higher level.
Was it hard to stay independent for so long?
No, you know what I mean? I just know with different successes, different resources and different levels, you know what I mean? So when it comes to the expansion, you want to involve more people and bring more people in, but you want to do it in your way. Because if you don't do it in your way, years down the line, it's going to hurt you, you know what I mean? So, I deal with partnerships. If I can't partner up with you and do it how it needs to be done, then it's a void, you know what I mean, where I won't be able to move or operate how I want to operate. And I'm happy to have that certain type of flexibility to be right in the middle of the brink, where it's like, okay, I want to do this, but I still need these looks. All right, boom, I got this relationship, this, and it's all a process, you know what I mean? But one of the first steps, like I try to tell people, is invest in yourself. Like, you won't expect anyone to take a risk on you if you don't take a risk on yourself.
So do you see yourself being independent to the end, or do you think there's ever a case where you might sign?
Well, like I said, I got a partnership with Warner already, you know what I mean? And, one of the first things, you know what I mean, they did, even when I was releasing the record, they put Pound Town on the front of Apple, you feel me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But with my partnership, I could do whatever I want to do. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
not like, oh, you gotta do this. So I like the leverage that I have right now of having best of both worlds. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And when you have best of both worlds, you could walk in a lot more doors.
Some artists want that advance money up front. They want that 100K or whatever to get them going, and they don't mind trading some of that freedom and some of that independence for that. You're saying that you're not.
But
really
you don't have to do that. That's the
because
thing.
distribution is. Yeah.
Listen, you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
They still could give you the advance money
Yeah.
and all that. You know, I'm living proof. You feel me? And in order to really do that is basically building that leverage. You gotta have the streams. You gotta have this. You gotta have this. You gotta have that. Everything in place so then they know you monetize it and it makes sense business wise. You know what I mean? And then whatever you want to do with that bread and however you want to operate it, you can handle it that way, and you can still use their resources. Some of the best did it from beginning of time, from Jay-Z and all of them. When Jay-Z and them started Rockefeller, they used all Def Jam services and used their distribution. You feel me? Cash Money did the same thing.
Yeah.
You feel me? So when it comes to knowing the blueprint, you gotta be a student of the game to know what you need and what you can use value with. You know what I mean? Because if you don't, then you working blind and you give up all your percentages and you put yourself in a hole. You know what I mean?
True. So let's talk about Pound Town.
Yeah, let's get into that.
The video
is
Yes, most
crazy. It's
and
funny
also it's
too.
visually very like next level. Like it's operating on a high level. You can tell that was professionally done,
Right.
which is a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, right.
To be honest.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You know, my in-house team actually did that too. You feel me? So, you know, everything is really on that type of level. You know what I mean? And shout out to Aisha A. Visuals, a female that actually, you know what I mean, directed everything and edited. And my guy Supreme, he was assistant producing as well.
Okay.
And you know, we got some real dope little sound bites and little parts in there. You know what I mean?
It's funny. I feel like it's one of those videos where every time you watch it, you're gonna notice something different.
different.
Because it's a lot going on
It's
in
a lot
there.
going on.
It's a lot going on. And it's kind of taking me back to like that Busta Rhymes where there was like people were more free. It wasn't just posting up in front of a backdrop with a car or something like that, which is not bad either, but this is giving a different spin to it. And when I look at some of your other videos, this seems like you went ahead and just took that risk and took that step and was like, all right, I'm about to do something completely out of the box.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, we always doing different things though. You know what I mean? I got videos with flying ghost bodies and cartoons chasing me and you know what I mean, females running to people's cribs. You know what I mean? Like I always try to do something left. You feel me? Than what everyone else is doing. You know what I mean? And I'm never afraid to take those risks because that's how my music is. My music shows my creativity of how I'm always doing different things. Like for example, with the Pound Town, I'm rapping regular, but then one part I'm just whispering, but then I'm still going up at the same time. We doing it all. You know what I mean? Because you know I feel like that embodies my personality, my character. You know what I mean? I'm always in different frequencies and different energies, so I'm gonna display it how I want to do it. You know what I mean?
Do you feel like you have an obligation as an artist to ever like be a role model or want to censor what you're putting out because of the types of or because of your audience and who might be watching?
Well, I think with me and how I do my music, I do it in a very strategic way where people could really play it almost anywhere, you know what I mean? But just how I word everything and how I leverage everything where, you know what I mean, the kids is even going to like
I was about to
it.
say,
I was
kids'
thinking that
birthday
too. I was
party,
like,
and they all run around talking about Pound
You
Town.
know what's crazy? If you go on TikTok, there's mad kids.
I was thinking that too. Yeah.
Doing listen to the Pound Town. They like, yo, it's joints where they got the message thing and it's like someone texts them, hey, you want to play Roblox? And then the Pound Town.
Not
like,
Roblox.
No, for real. So it's like, you know, I do my music in a different type of way, and however you want to decipher Pound Town, you can decipher any type of way you want to. You know what I mean? Either on some violent shit, working out, having fun, something sexually, anything, however you want to display it. You know what I mean? I leave that room for openness for people to, you know what I mean, kind of carry it how you want to carry it. But you know, I'm always keeping open-minded with my music, and I know I'm a role model because of the brands that I represent and the people that I work with. So, you know, I'm always free to be myself, and that's what I want to teach people in general. Just be yourself. Don't listen or follow what everyone else is doing. You know what I mean? Just do you. You know what I mean?
Do
So
you
that's
ever
what I
feel
try
any
to
pressure
represent.
from like this whole cancel culture thing that's going on,
No.
where folks' careers are really being
Yeah.
like altered for them speaking their mind, for putting out certain things, having certain views
Well,
or beliefs? Because you're pretty outspoken.
Yeah, well, and it ain't no cancel culture with me because I'm cool with everybody. You know what I mean? From straight, gays, male, females, everything. You know what I mean? Like certain people on my team is all different. All different nationalities and all
Right.
different sexualities. So like, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna get canceled because I'm just being myself and I'm open minded. You know what I mean? So when it comes to that, it's like people gonna embrace me just for being me. You know what I mean? Being a respectful person. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Okay, one thing that I noticed that you were able to do very well when we were talking about branding, one of our tips was make it a lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And you've been able to like create this very animated character that you've had from the beginning and just been able to play off that with different things. Like, how were you able to build on that, and how do you like continue to build and make it bigger and bigger every time?
Just taking risks, man. You know what I mean? It's just like a person working out. If you're gonna lift 5 pounds every single day, you're gonna be in your comfort zone. You might be all chiseled up, but you're not gonna be bigger. You know what I mean? You're not gonna gain more mass. You know what I mean? So in order to gain more mass, you have to come out of your comfort zone. You know what I mean? You have to not be afraid to take any news. You know what I mean? But never be afraid to be happy to take a yes. You know what I mean? Even if it doesn't go exactly how you want it, you still use that for your leverage to get to another level. You know what I mean? So when it comes to that, and being able to show my character and creativity, I just don't give a fuck, man. Like I ain't scared to do nothing and act in different roles and different type of things. I'm showing different people, different spaces of my life bit by bit. You know what I mean? So then when people see those different sides, they embrace it with a different point of view.
When you're taking those risks, though, you gotta be prepared for it to go either way. You gotta take the good with the bad. So, what role has like failure played in you being an artist? Like, have there been any times where you took a risk and you was like, "Dang, I probably shouldn't have done that," and it backfired in any way? And how did you use that to build on and make a comeback?
Well, that's a good question, and how I would basically explain it is, I don't look at things as losses. I just look at them as lessons. You know what I mean? So when it comes to it, it's always a learning lesson. You know what I mean? Because it might not be for me to fully understand at the time, but later on it might resonate with other people, where then I'm talking to someone and someone says, "Hey, I might do this." I'm like, "Nah, bro.
Don't do that.
Go this way, and it might save you a couple dollars, or go this way, and you might gain a little bit of leverages." So I never look at things as losses. You know what I mean? I just look at things as real lessons. You know what I mean? Because everything is about perspectives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's all about how you look at things. You know what I mean? You can look at the glass half full. You can look at the glass half empty. Now it's up to you on how you what I mean, resonate that within you.
Yeah. So what would you say are your biggest accomplishments, both personal and career-wise?
Personal, you know what I mean? Like, just bought like this big ass crib, you feel me? That's
Nice.
super
Congrats on that, for
huge, you
real.
feel me? Nice 5-bedroom joint.
Out here in Atlanta?
Yeah, it's a little bit outside Atlanta, you know what I mean?
Nice.
But real phenomenal. And you know what I mean, from the music end, for getting plaques from my Apple and iTunes stuff to best new music to doing different shows and tours. You know what I mean? I appreciate just being able to really do it. You know what I mean? Like on a real level. You know what I mean? Not just acting like I'm doing it, but really doing it, and be able to hold it down. Financially and everything. So when it comes to that, and not being able to risk my life, not taking penitentiary chances where I don't got to do that stuff anymore and risk my life. Now I can focus fully on the business and fully leveling up. So those are my real accomplishments. Like, I appreciate the little things more than the materialistic things. Yeah, sometimes I turn up and put the drip on, all that stuff. But at the same time, it's like I'm real level headed and real grounded, because that's more important than anything. You know what I mean?
Every time I've seen you out, you are drawing a crowd. Even at the Pound Town event, you had a great turnout.
Yeah.
And your fan base, even on social media, is pretty large. Do you have any tips for upcoming artists on
show
how
love.
to
Show
build
love
a
to
fan
people.
base?
Don't be too cool, man. You know what I mean? Anytime y'all got something going on, whatever, I don't mind showing love.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
it don't hurt. You feel me? And once you really showing love and being genuine, like it's gonna come back. You know what I mean? People gonna rock with you. You know what I mean? And like that Pound Town event was real dope. You know what I mean? Bunch of dope people came out, and it was on a Wednesday. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you know, I wanted to show.
And it
people,
was in the cut.
Yeah,
in
and it was
the
in the
cut.
cut. Yeah,
Not
so,
at a venue that people could just readily be like, oh,
Yeah.
I know where that's at.
yeah, exactly. So
We
you know,
had
I
to
wanted.
trust you to come out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, I wanted to, do something different. You know what I mean? And in order to do that, you gotta take those leap of faith, and you gotta do this, and you gotta be a solid person. So when people know you solid, they want to, pop out.
Yeah. I can definitely attest to that. You are definitely a super supporter, and another thing that you do that I like is you personally hit me up and invite me
course.
to events.
You know
That
what I mean?
means a lot to me.
Yeah, I think that's the most important thing. Like, you know what I mean? Personally hitting people up and tapping in, staying connected. You know what I mean? But just being conscious enough to know that other people got shit going on too. Like, you ain't the most important person in the world. You know what I mean? You have to really look at things from a bird's eye view and understand things from a larger perspective. Because once you do that, then doors just open up a lot. You know what I mean? So I keep that mindset to just look at things from a bird's eye view and approach people on how I would want to be approached. You know?
Yeah.
So you really rely on like one-to-one relationships, and that's how you've been able to draw.
Yeah,
fan
one-on-one
base.
relationships, and just having those one-on-one relationships, people do the same thing for me. You know what I mean? So they be like, hey, I want to plug you in with this person and this, instead of just saying, hit this person up and that's it. You know what I mean? Like, no, they really, take the extra initiative, and that goes a long way when you really are trying to secure large situations and build real relationships and level up and grow. One-to-one is going to help you out a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think a lot of upcoming artists really rely on social media very heavy,
Yeah.
which can get you some of the way, but being out there actually talking to people, networking, letting people
That's
know
the real
who
support.
you are and what you care about, I feel like those become your real fans.
Of course.
And people who know you, it don't matter what you put out, a song, a shirt, they're going to buy it just because.
Most
Just
definitely.
like we were saying earlier.
Most definitely.
You spoke earlier about brand partnerships, Sprite, Reebok. Can you speak a little about those and like some advice on how to get those?
Show support, man. Like, you know what I mean? One of the first opportunities, like, for example, the Reebok situation, you know what I mean? I came out and showed support to one of their events, you know what I mean? Just showing my face and everything, and, tapped in with one of the marketing directors, and he was like, hey, you're a dope fit for this. This, and, expanded the relationship, you know what I mean? And connected more dots as well. So, you can't just think about yourself like, oh, I'm not popping out. My song ain't being played, or I'm not popping out because I'm not performing. Like, no, it's bigger than that. Sometimes you can make more of an impression on people without performing than actually performing in front of 100 artists on a list.
So you're saying you just happen to be in the right place at the right time and talk to the right person, and that's how the Reebok deal came through.
Yep, but you gotta have an open mindset too. You can't just be thinking, sometimes the most important people are behind the scenes. So you can't just be thinking, everybody with a chain on, you gotta holler at. Like, you know what I mean? No, it's be the person that be behind the scenes, that be chilling, be the person you need to holler at. You know what I mean? So, you gotta have a sense of being able to read the room, being personable, and just keeping an open mind. You know what I mean? That, you gotta bring value,
What's your sign?
Scorpio.
Okay,
Scorpio
okay.
gang.
That's what's up. Yeah, all the Scorpios I know are very sociable, like very much so outgoing, want to talk to people. Y'all season over though, ain't it?
I think it's the last day, right?
How was your birthday?
Oh man, it was great. Like, it was real live. Like, I always go out, on my birthday every year, and like for the last couple months, I've been doing a bunch of shows in a bunch of different areas. So I haven't really had a lot of time to tap in with my family. So like some of my fam came in out of town and came to my crib, and I just spent personal time. Like, I feel like that'd be more valuable.
So
than
you
a lot
didn't
of
really
stuff.
turn up this year?
Yeah, after that, I had to turn up for my party. So I always look at it as like, I love personal time and chilling and everything else like that, because I rarely get to do that. Every day I'm out and about, I'm moving around. I might be in a different city, different town, and you know, I embrace the people in those different towns like they're my family. They do the same for me. So, you know, when I'm actually spending time with my immediate family, you know, I want to make sure they get that undivided attention. You know what I mean? Because it's important. Tomorrow's never promised. So, you know, there's a lot going on in the world, and you know, people losing their lives off of a lot of jealousy, hate, and all that. So, you know, when it comes to it, you know, I like to make sure my energy transcends. You know what I mean? Through all aspects and walks of life.
Yeah. So you mentioned also that you do some songwriting. Speak a little bit about that. And also, do you produce too? Or?
Yeah, I co-produce with a bunch of producers, and you know what I mean, staying real busy. You know what I mean. I'm doing some real dope work with my guy Brizzy on the beat. He actually just secured a situation with Warner as well, and you know, we doing a lot of big writing for a lot of big cats. You feel me? But you know, previously, you know, I did, like I said, work with Jeezy, Ace Hood, Webby, bunch of Philly cats, Freeway, all them guys in Philly, you know what I mean? And, you know, working with a bunch of cats out here in Atlanta too, that's starting to make some noise. So, you know, I'm happy to be able to do that and still be able to have my own wave too, you know what I mean? I just like to keep that type of creativity where, you know, a person would hear it, you wouldn't even know that I did that joint, you know what I mean? And I like that because then it increases the leverage of more people wanting to work and not feeling intimidated because of me as an artist. You know what I mean? Because sometimes when people just see you as an artist and don't see the songwriting, they feel like you're trying to take their spot or you're trying to take their position. So, you know, I never want to show that type of threat because I'm in my own space. I don't try to sound like nobody. I don't do nothing nobody do. You feel me? I do my own wave. You know what I mean? So, you know, when it comes to the songwriting thing, I like to just keep an open mind, work with hundreds of producers, and you know, I'm always getting dope, phenomenal beats. So, you know, anybody that's always trying to work or, you know, trying to take stuff to the next level, holla at the Wave, Griffy Online, Griffy Online, Griffy Online.
Okay, I got a question for you as an A&R, because I know there's been a lot of debates right now recently about the job of an A&R, and people are saying that A&Rs are lazy or whatever. What to you makes a good A&R?
Being able to see things before it happens. You feel me? Like being able to call the trajectory of the game. You know what I mean? Because the game is always changing and elevating. There's always new sounds and new waves and new things people are catching on to. But you have to be like the weatherman. Okay, next Tuesday, you know what I mean? People gonna be on this wave, so cook up those. You feel me? And do all that. So then by the time next Tuesday come, we got the rollout is going to get the, you know, impression and power that you needed to get to the next level. You know what I mean? So, you know, being able to call the trajectory is a huge thing in being an A&R. You know what I mean? Being able to see the wave, call the wave, and create the wave. You know what I mean? It's all in, you know what I mean? It's all in that one aspect. Once you're able to do that, then, you know, everything kind of falls into place. You know what I mean?
Okay. And so Asha is a DJ. So how do you feel about like DJs? I feel like they don't get enough respect in the industry.
Not a lot, you know what I mean? And you know, I was raised in a DJ area. You know, I was one of the young cats helping guys out with their crates and everything. From, you know, all the different DJ coalitions, from the Fleece to the coalition DJs to the MP3 Wax. You know what I mean? To the ATL Top 20. All of these folks I have relationships with because I know the value behind it. You know what I mean? Those are the people that's going to be your spokesperson. So, you know, if you don't keep an open mind to make sure you got a DJ pack, make sure you got clean and dirty, then you're not really being conscious enough to, you know, have your music displayed in all those different fashions.
Right, because a DJ can really create a remix or put your music just in a different position to have you reach a different audience. And I feel like that's probably the biggest value that a DJ has is how wide of a net they can cast for an artist's sound and where they might be able to get them placements and everything. Do you have a DJ that you work with?
I work with a lot of different DJs that I'm real close with. You know what I mean? Like, for example, DJ Baby Drea. You know what I mean?
From Pound Town Event.
Yeah, from the Pound Town Event. You know what I mean? Like, she's dope. You know what I mean? She's a female DJ. My guy DJ Alamo, he's from Jersey. He's making a lot of moves. My guy DJ No Frills. I got a lot of guys that I'm like, I have real dope personal relationships with. So when I make that call, they like,
Yeah.
I'm a rock. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I'm a rock. You know what I mean? And you know, it'd be dope to be able to work with you as well in the future also, you know what I mean? And
Absolutely.
you know, I like, you know, I'm always down to work with like real dope talented people that have a love for the music, you know what I mean? Because those are the people that's gonna help push you forward. Sometimes in this game people chase the wrong people and you end up with a sour taste in your mouth, loss of money, and a bad face card. You feel me?
Never want a bad
So you don't want none of those things. So you know when I you know take those things into notion, I make sure that you know I'm keeping an open mindset from even me just being an artist. Where it might be resources that might not fully benefit me at that time, but it might benefit another artist or another person. So I never have a problem connecting dots or you know doing etc. Because it's all important. You know, everybody's trying to get somewhere. So you know, you help someone out with something little, you know, they might be able to help you out with something big also.
Yep, definitely. So is there anything else that you want to get into besides music?
You know, we doing some voice acting, you know what I mean, on a couple things, and gonna do some regular acting also, you know what I mean, and you know, get into that, you know what I mean, a lot more, you know what I mean, for the music realm, I'm doing a lot of that, of course, but you know, we're gonna be doing more cinematic work and more cinematography vibes, you know what I mean, so that's one of the next things that we're gonna be incorporating, you know what I mean, with my music, from you know getting sync licensing, and some of my songs is scheduled to be in a couple movies coming out.
Oh, that's lit.
You also got the fashion popping too, though.
Yeah, most definitely. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I do a bunch of modeling for different brands and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm always working with different type of people and dope exclusive vibes. So I'm happy to be able to do that wave too. Like, I'm blessed to be able to any type of wave I'm trying to really get on. The world and the universe gravitates around it and embrace me. So, you know, I'm happy to have those different type of opportunities to get in those different type of realms.
Definitely. So we are advocates for mental health here. How do you keep up with your mental health in like navigating all the crazy stuff that happens to the industry?
Well, yeah, you know, I'm an advocate as well. You know, on the mental health. Like I released a record called Anxiety that did real well. You know what I mean? And you know, tapped in with a lot of different people that understand that. And you know, in this game, you know what I mean, you always fighting different spirits and different battles. You know what I mean? So you know, you gotta understand how to protect your energy. You know what I mean? Protect your vibe. You know, so you know, sometimes I might, you know, get my herbal essence on. You feel me?
Okay.
You know what I mean? And roll up. You know, sometimes I might channel and you know pray. You know, get my spirits in order. You know what I mean? You want to make sure that your temple's in place to be able to walk out into the world and connect with different vibes without losing yourself. You know what I mean? And I had to learn that early in my life, just from moving and traveling to all these different places where I couldn't be no one else but myself. You know what I mean? So, you know, understanding that and putting those things in motion when going into the entertainment industry, I know what things I have to do to make sure I keep everything in place. You know what I mean? So, you know, those are some of the things that I do. You know, might roll up, you know, gas up. Personal time with family is always important, you know what I mean? Staying prayed up, you know what I mean? Making sure you're focusing on the bag, you know what I mean? And you keep a lot of those things in the right way, and, you know, keep a good face card. The universe embraces you.
Are you dating?
Nah, yeah, I got a lady I'm working with, you know what I mean? You know,
You
we
working
tapped in.
with?
I know, right? I was gonna let him say it.
Yeah, we working with, cause you know, in relationships, you always gotta work. You know what I mean? Like, it's always about trying. It's always about, you know what I mean, trying to do more. You know what I mean? Because you can't just keep things all simple. You know what I mean? And when you with, you know, people for some time or even a short period of time, you know, it's a lot of competition out here, so you gotta keep things fresh and keep things exciting. You know what I mean? So
Listen to him, fellas.
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You
Keep
gotta
that shit fresh.
You gotta keep it fresh. You know, you gotta keep it splashy. So you know when it comes to it, you know what I mean? It's always work. You feel me? It's always work. You know what I mean? Once you just think you don't gotta do nothing no more, that's when you fail, and that's for male or female. You know what I mean?
Take notes. Let's drop a bomb.
Y'all.
I don't mean to get too much into your business, but is she in the industry? Because I only ask because my boyfriend, he's in the industry.
Yeah, I think you have to have people that kind of understand that.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what
I was getting to.
And you know what I mean? it's not a mandatory to do it, but you have to have people that kind of are busy too or got something going on. Because if you don't, then they're gonna be looking at you like, nigga, that don't make no sense.
Right.
Why you in the studio too? You lying. You feel me?
We had a date
you
today.
over here with some hoe. You feel me? You know what I mean? And if they don't understand that, then they don't really understand your whole vision. You know what I mean? They kind of got to be walking in a path side by side. Even if you're doing two different things, but you got to be side by side where you kind of understand each other and what type of goals you're trying to achieve. You know what I mean? Because in this game, it's so many different distractions and so many different things of how people look at how a relationship should be or this and that. But in actual reality, it's no right or wrong way of how a relationship should go. You know what I mean? But one of the main things that you should always have is communication. You feel me? And understanding. You know what I mean? I think those are some of the most important things.
Definitely.
So what can people expect next from you? You dropping an album anytime soon?
Yeah, we dropping a lot of singles.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? The music's already ready and it's already done. You know what I mean? We got more videos. I got like 3 or 4 videos already done. You know what I mean? Already complete. Already ready. You feel me? And we got some dope big features. We about to surprise people with dope remixes and all that.
Right.
So, you know, we building up the story. You feel me? And I think that's the most important thing when you on a journey. You know, people gotta understand your story and understand your path. So, you know, that's the narrative that we creating right now is giving them this and this and this and this and all these pieces and this. So then when they see it, they like, wow, this person really has been working and putting the foundation in. But in order to be able to achieve that, you got to be already ready. You got to be already prepared. You got to already be putting the work in, and those things come into play, you know, later down the line.
Definitely. Make sure you send us those songs.
Of course. Yeah, most definitely. I definitely will. I'll send you an email, like a private link of some waves. You know what I mean? That's about to drop real soon. We got videos for them already done. But, you know, I like to show love and show support. So, you know, in order to do that, you got to, you know, give people something different and special in their own, you know what I mean, in their own light.
Yeah, for sure. Well, tell everybody where they can follow you.
Jay Griffy, Griffy online, Griffy on motherfucking line. That's Facebook, Instagram, Christian Mingles, Black Planet, Facebook, You Porn, man. We everywhere, dog.
Okay, but Griffy, is Griffy with an E or no E?
No
you
E.
gotta spell it out for the folks.
Griffy online. I'm the
and
only
J
Griffy
is
online.
J-A-Y.
Yeah, I'm the only Griffy online. So wherever you see it, you're gonna see the blue check. You know what I mean? We verified on a lot of platforms, and you know, once you see it, you be able to know what's real and what's a fabrication.
Yeah, we definitely gonna tag you in the video and everything.
Most definitely.
It was our pleasure having you today.
Pleasure's all mine. You know, I appreciate y'all. You know, we was definitely tapping in with the culture. You know what I mean? With 2 incredible black females. You know what I mean? Melanated energy.
You know.
So you know what I mean? It's all about empowerment. You know what I mean? And you know, in this hip hop game, it can be a lot difficult for females to try to maneuver in the game. So I'm always trying to help uplift that in different ways. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you know, I get embraced by good female energy too. So you know, I'll be appreciating all the love.
We appreciate you.
We're gonna go into a quick mix real quick while we take some pics with Griffy, and we'll be right back with y'all.
Pull up on your pistol, taking what I want. Take your life, that's what you want.